Silence, not the respectful kind, not the ceremonial kind. It was the kind of silence that means something has gone terribly, terribly wrong. Thousands of alien nobles towering, silver-skinned Virexians, winged Sarati diplomats, and armored Korth generals all froze mid-breath as the Queen's daughter broke protocol. Princess Elthera, heir to the most powerful empire in this quadrant, ran. She didn't float gracefully like her kind. She didn't wait for permission. She ran straight across the sacred hall and threw her arms around me. A human gasps echoed like shockwaves. Guards raised their plasma spears. Advisors screamed warnings in 3 different languages. And the Queen herself rose from her throne, her eyes glowing with a lethal authority, because no one touched the princess, ever, except, apparently, me. I didn't move. I couldn't. Princess Elthera clung to me like a frightened child, her bioluminescent markings flickering wildly. Her claws dug into my uniform as if letting go meant death itself. "Don't send him away," she said. Her voice trembled, but it carried across the entire hall. "Please, Mother." The Queen's gaze pierced right through me. "Explain," Queen Zalara commanded, her voice cold enough to crack planets. Elthera just tightened her grip. "He's the one," she whispered. "The human from the healing ward. The one who stayed. 6 cycles earlier, I wasn't standing in an alien palace. I was just a volunteer in a medical wing. Part of Earth's diplomatic mission, mostly logistics, translations, and grunt work. Humans weren't known for advanced tech compared to these galactic powers, but we were. Adaptable. Or so they said. What they didn't tell you was how alien their children were treated. When Princess Elthera collapsed from neural overload, a rare and deadly illness among her species, the palace healers panicked. Their methods were precise, advanced, and cold. She screamed. They restrained her. I watched for about 10 seconds before my stomach turned. "Stop," I said. They ignored me completely. So I did the one thing humans always do when the rules fail. I broke them. I pushed past the guards, shut down the machines, and just sat beside her bed. I didn't have glowing tech or ancient rituals. I just held her hand. I spoke to her softly, told her stories about Earth skies, about rainstorms, dumb jokes, and how my little sister used to cry when she was scared. And slowly, the seizures stopped. The doctors called it impossible. Elthera called it kindness. Back in the palace, the Queen's voice dropped to a dangerously low tone. "You touched my daughter without authorization." "Yes, Your Majesty," I said. My heart was hammering, but I stood straight. "And I'd do it again." Every noble in the room recoiled. Elthera looked up at me, her eyes wide with shock. The Queen descended the steps, each one echoing like a final judgment. "You humans," she said, circling me, "are fragile, short-lived. You lack psychic shields. You lack discipline. Why should my daughter trust you?" I swallowed hard. "Because when she was scared," I said quietly, "I didn't see a princess. I saw a child in pain." The hall went dead silent. Alien empires were built on hierarchy, power, and distance. Humans were built on something else. The Queen stopped. Slowly, she turned to her daughter. "Is this true?" she asked. Elthera nodded fiercely. "He didn't hurt me. He didn't command me. He stayed, even when I cried. Even when the machines screamed." Her markings glowed, a warm gold, a sign of absolute truth in her culture. The Queen inhaled sharply. For the first time in centuries, the ruler of Zaloris looked shaken. "You risked execution," she said to me. "Yes, Your Majesty." "Why?" I answered honestly. "Because no one should have to face fear alone." Something changed in that moment. The Queen straightened, her glow dimming from wrath to something ancient and heavy. She raised her hand. The guards lowered their weapons. A murmur spread across the palace. "Let it be recorded," Queen Zalara declared, her voice echoing through history, "that on this day, humanity revealed a strength we have forgotten." She turned to me. "You will remain," she said, "as protector." My breath caught in my throat. "Not as a guard," she continued, "not as a servant, but as a reminder." Elthera smiled and hugged me tighter. "Humans," the Queen said to the entire assembly, "do not conquer with weapons alone. They conquer fear with presence." The palace bowed. Every single being, Later, as stars drifted past the palace windows, Elthra sat beside me, her feet dangling like any normal kid. "You weren't afraid?" she asked. I smiled softly. I was terrified. She laughed, a sound no one in the Empire had ever heard from a royal child. "That's why you're strong," she said. And across the galaxy, the story began to spread. Not of a human warrior, not of a human genius, but of a human who stayed. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more.